Peace, peace. What's good, y'all? It's your brother God Science. I'm up in here. Shout out, special salute to the few that do watch the videos and subscribe. I appreciate y'all. True and D. Oh my God, these flies down here in Florida, man. I just moved to the wrong state. Anyway, salute to y'all, man. This is one of my videos that I'm gonna be doing. Old classics or hidden gems. I'm gonna call it hidden gems. And this is basically about albums that I thought got slept on, but it's dope. And I was just listening to this album as soon as I pulled up. I was like, let me make a video about this. And this album is called Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai. This album actually is a soundtrack to the movie. I don't know if anybody saw the movie, but the movie is dope. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's called Ghost Dog. Forrest Whitaker plays a dude that was born basically without, doing spoilers or anything. A dude that came up in the hood, but he found this book, this samurai book that taught him certain codes and things like that. You know what I mean? And one day, racism as usual shows its face, and these dudes was gonna beat him up, Italian dudes, and this one Italian guy that was connected to the mob saved his butt basically, and killed the other dudes that was gonna harm him basically. And because of that, and because of him reading this book, he felt like he owed this dude something. So he basically grew up, he called him his retainer. It's a dope movie. I forgot the name of the dude that directed it, Jim something, man. But definitely check it out. But anyway, this was probably like one of the first, other than Kill Bill. I'm not sure if Kill Bill came first, or I think this has to be the first soundtrack that RZA did. But anyway, the movie is hilarious. It's like a comedy, but it's a lot of gems in it too. But then it's also like this action movie. But anyway, so he grows up and he does killings for the mob, and he's basically reading this book, and this book is telling him codes like a samurai. So he's basically like a samurai in the modern day. And this book goes back to like centuries ago. You know what I mean? And when he's reading these passages, it's a lot of gems in it. You know what I mean? And the older I got, and I went back and watched this movie, it was like, damn, I couldn't get it back then, but it was a lot of stuff that was in there. And I'm not gonna spoil the movie for you, but if you haven't watched it, check it out. But anyway, this was I think this came out in '99, and I'm not sure if the W came out. The W, which I consider a dope album, it was like probably the last album that had a spark of what the RZA used to be, a spark. Some people might disagree with me on that, you know what I mean? But it had like a futuristic sound, but the album was dope. There were some skippable stuff on it, but overall the album was dope. I remember when I bought that album. But at this time, '99, I was going through a lot, man. Going in and out of jail, and I thank the Most High for that, because it taught me that, that's not a part of, it's just not who I am. You know what I mean? Being up a bunch of dudes, and I'm around dudes and they smiling, they got 2 years, 3 years, and they just joking around. I'm like, nah, this is hell for me. I can't be around this. So I learned my lesson early in life. Thank God. But anyway, I remember this album because when I got out, I went to Sam Goody and I saw it. And I didn't even know, I just saw produced by the RZA. I didn't even know about the movie or anything. And I listened to the album and it was dope. I was like, okay, RZA is back. He's back. He is back. And it's hard to, as unfair as it sounds, it's hard to not compare anything the RZA puts out to what he put out back in 94, 95, 96, even 97, Wu-Tang Forever. Because though that work was so top tier, it's like a Dr. Dre. Like everything he puts out, you're going to compare it to The Chronic, 2001, because those albums were such big hits. It was such, it like changed the landscape of hip hop. But this album, this soundtrack, it had Sons of Man on it, North Star. It had Black Knights, some of the Wu-Tang members. They had a song with the Wu-Tang and it's sped up. Jerry the Damager. Yo, it's a dope soundtrack. And when I heard it, I remember when me and my brother heard it. Salute to my man Supreme, rest in peace. We were like, yeah, RZA back, RZA back. He was holding back. I told you, bro, he was holding back beats. We always made excuses for the RZA because, you know, you think I used to hold him like my brother held him like a high standard. You know what I mean? And when he started, like when he dropped Bobby Digital in 98, we thought that album was going to change the world. Like RZA's dropping a solo album and all you're thinking about is Liquid Swords and Only Built for Cuban Lanes. You're like, what the hell is this shit gonna sound? And when I heard it, I was like, you know when an album is not that good and you try to like make excuses for it and you try to like, oh, he's holding back beats. He's holding back beats. This is just a side thing. He's holding back beats. But then when the Wu-Tang album comes out, you're like, after a while, you know, my brother was just like, when he heard the RZA produce the album, he used to just shake his head and be like, nah, I ain't buying it. And I used to always laugh at him and tell him, yo, I never thought I was here the day that you say you're not buying a project with the RZA on it. And that's how impactful and dope his music was at that time. To be fair, you know, every producer has their time, you know, their peak. It just seems like, and you know, to be fair, we know a lot of information now. The RZA lost a lot of music, you know what I mean? He did. And going back, like for example, when I listened to 8 Diagrams, I didn't like that album. Like the beginning of it, I was like, here we go, yo, he's bringing it. And then after like the 3rd song, I'm like, so it's like, I get it, you know, you can't stay the same. But then it's like, I used to always compare, but then we got like DJ Premier, and then we got like the Alchemist, and we got these dudes that been producing for a while, and they beats still hit. I just never figured that out with the RZA. Like, what the hell was, what was wrong, you know? And I think I have an idea. I think he just got too musical. And I understand that doesn't make sense, but when, I don't know, I can't explain it. But anyway, back to, you know, I'm going all over the place. Ghost Dog soundtrack. If you haven't listened to it, yo, you know, it's on YouTube. Y'all can pull it up, listen to it. I try to look it up on Apple. I don't think it's on Apple Music, but go on YouTube and pull it up and listen to it, and you tell me what you think. Definitely a dope album. This is when they still had mom and pop stores, and I had a white boy by the name of James. He owned that store, so I used to go in there. You know, he owned that Sam Goody, and we loved hip hop. So anything came out, you know, he would tell me, yo, this dropping, yo, Red Band dropping, or this dropping. So when I came in and I bought it, he was like, yo, he's just shaking his head, the RZA, man, the RZA. So I knew he was like, I was like, oh, we bought it on this. He was like, yeah. And yes, definitely a dope, probably one song that I probably would skip is Stay With Me. It's more like an R&B, but it's still dope. You got 12 O'Clock on it, you know what I mean? And rest in peace to 12 O'Clock, man. A talent, man, that I was waiting for that album to drop. And brother passed away, some shooting in Portland, you know, rest in peace to 12 O'Clock, man. He's just one of those, you know, not Wu members, but, you know, extension of the Wu that never got his shine. And I don't know why Def Jam dropped him, because he's dope, man. He's dope. He was a dope, his voice, his lyrics, and it's just sad that he passed away. He never got a chance to put out a nice project, you know? But anyway, y'all go check out Ghost Dog, man. Y'all tell me what you think. It's a gem. definitely one of RZA's best in all of his catalog with soundtracks. I would say that's the best soundtrack he ever did. The best soundtrack, because it was just nothing but dope songs. And that song with Kool G Rap just destroyed it. Cakes, he destroyed that. But tell me what y'all think. Like the video, subscribe. Appreciate y'all. We're doing more reviews. Like I said, I'm waiting for that Kwame to drop. It's just, you know, Kwame was one of my favorite. Yes, I was wearing polka dots back in the days, okay? And if any brother that told you that they wasn't into hip-hop back then and they didn't wear polka dots, they're lying. That's how impactful Kwame was back then. Yeah, I had the polka dots. My brother had the fade in the front with the Gumby going this way. Yeah, he thought he was Bobby Brown, and I was Ralph Tresvant. Yeah, yeah. We even tried to like do our hair with that S-curl stuff, and my mom messed it up, so I had to like cut it. But anyway, y'all go check that out, man, and holla at your boy. Y'all stay safe out there, man. Peace.